A familiar face will represent Southwest Virginia amid a push in the Commonwealth to bring passenger rails back to Bristol. Last Friday, Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin appointed Beth Rhinehart, the president and CEO of the Bristol Chamber of Commerce, to the Virginia Passenger Rail Authority. That body handles all capital expansion projects and infrastructure for passenger rails in Virginia. John Janko spoke with Rhinehart earlier today about her vision for the appointment. He joins us in the studio to tell us more. John?
Sarah, Rhinehart has long been an advocate for passenger rail in Bristol. She says this appointment gives Southwest Virginia a voice as Bristol is being considered for 2 extensions of the Amtrak system. Rhinehart is confident in the project, but she says it'll be a while before that first train rolls into town.
We absolutely are making progress. I think the important thing to remember is that this is a very expensive, it takes a lot of engineering and a lot of foresight to make something like this happen.
Bristol could soon tap back into its history and become a railroad hub once again, potentially as the connection point for 2 extensions to the Amtrak system. Beth Rhinehart, appointed to Virginia's Passenger Rail Authority last week, hopes to keep those efforts chugging along.
People excited that we will have a voice at the seat and to help be engaged in the conversation as it moves forward.
In March, the Federal Rail Administration approved Virginia's statewide rail plan, which includes an eventual connection from Roanoke to Bristol. Rhinehart was already involved in that push well before getting the position.
We had been having sometimes weekly calls, sometimes monthly calls, just getting everyone talking about the potential for it to come back to and through this region.
Bristol might not be the end of the line, however. At the end of last month, the Tennessee Advisory Commission on Intergovernmental Relations released a report recommending TDOT pursue feasibility studies for 5 rail corridors across the state. That included a potential Chattanooga to Knoxville to Bristol connection.
They're as excited about passenger rail expansion across Tennessee as we are.
The push for passenger rail continues on the local level. Rhinehart is helping reassemble the Bristol Passenger Rail Coalition. Several area politicians, organizations, and businesses have already bought in because Rhinehart says there's big economic potential.
We are a destination, both from the north and the south, the east and the west. We know that. So it would be an opportunity for people to travel here to our beautiful historic train station.
Rhinehart says the next step is submitting letters of support from area organizations and business leaders. Those letters urging the Federal Rail Administration to provide grant funding for route studies through the Corridor ID program. Rhinehart says she needs those letters in the next week.
John, thanks.